Remember that the most beautiful things in the world are the most useless. John Ruskin. Another kind of beauty which the modern world enjoys, but which twists our contemporary sensibilities into such complicated knots, is the beauty of kitsch. Kitsch is extremely difficult to define. It's a word that gets bandied about a lot, but what does it really mean? This is my favourite hotel in Venice, the Danieli, just a few hundred yards from the Doge's palace. If I save up for a few decades, I could just about afford to stay here. And this would be the room I'd choose, because I'm particularly fascinated by that chandelier. I suppose it is over the top. That's what you get with Venetian chandeliers. Its colours are a touch sickly and sweet, and some people will certainly dismiss it as a piece of kitsch. But I like it, and I like it in a way that seems to have quotation marks around it, as if I like it despite what it is. I'm struggling with all this. It's not my natural territory. But the struggle is important. Because kitsch is a quality that modern art goes looking for deliberately. It pushes it in our faces, puts it up on a pedestal, and confronts us with the vulgarity and tawdriness of our own tastes. No one more so than this intriguing aesthetic troublemaker, Jeff Koons. He's just about the most notorious artist at work in the world right now. And his art certainly divides people. But it seems to me that any attempt to understand the art of today needs to deal with the allure of kitsch. And needs to deal with the allure of Jeff Koons.
I really don't like the word kitsch. And because, for me, it's really a judgmental word. It's creating like a hierarchy of things. I believe in acceptance, and the highest state, the highest realm that art can take you is to acceptance of everything. So kitsch is really, it's a way of segregation. It's a way of belittling something. It's much better in life to be open to everything. People, like to make some form of judgments in their life. It's a kind of a sense of grounding of themselves. But all of these forms of judgment, of whether you accept something or don't accept something, these externalized things really have to do with acceptance of self and of others. And so it's not about being open to an object that's maybe out of porcelain or glass or a certain image. At the end of the day, it all comes down to acceptance of other people. There's really kind of no agenda other than the only way that I know about entering the realm of art is to just follow your interests and to focus on them. And that's the only thing that I do. There's nothing else that you can do in life.
You sound like someone who's thought about this in personal terms. I mean, are you a sort of shy guy who ended up having to make your way in the world, or?
I think of myself as somebody that had no idea the power of art or what art was, and that I was able to, over a period of time, start to get an understanding of its ability for empowerment. And I like to think of myself as kind of generous, and I'm trying to make work that really can empower other people. Art is something that can disempower, it can make people feel insecure about their own history, about their own being, or it's something which can give them confidence, can let them know they're perfect. Everything about them to that moment is absolutely perfect, and from that moment forward, they can just have expansion. And so I hope people interact with these things and the art happens within them, that whatever their curiosities are in life, whatever their desire for expansion is, occurs within them.
Talking to Jeff Koons is a tricky business. Everything he says seems to slip through your fingers like sand. His art looks dumb, but it isn't. It looks cheap, but there's so much modern culture invested in it. Koons has identified something in us all which he exploits ruthlessly, and that thing he's exploiting is our deep appetite for shallow things.